I hope you've been enjoying your week, and it's so good to have you back in church this morning. And we have two words I want to teach you today. The first word is called prideful, and the second word is called humble. And we're going to learn two different ways that we can pray today. One is a prideful prayer, and two is a humble prayer. So to help us out to learn what prideful and humble means, I have asked some of our friends who are going to show us what prideful and humble means. So our first guy here, look at his face. What do you think he is showing? He is not listening and he is not looking at his mom and dad. Do you think he is being prideful, which means I am better than everybody and I don't need to listen? Or do you think he's being humble, which says, I would love to listen and I am not the best. I am a willing learner. I think he's being prideful. You're right. You got the right answer. Now, how about this girl here? She is looking at herself in the mirror and admiring how great she is. Do you think she's being prideful and a show-off? Or do you think she's being humble and thinking about others? If you said prideful, you are exactly right. Well done. Good job. She is being prideful and thinking about herself. Let's see. We have another example here of two boys who are showing off their muscles. If you heard me say show off, then you know that they are being prideful and thinking about themselves. Now, how about these kids? They are focusing on the Lord. They are having their eyes closed and they're praying to Him. Their focus is on Him and not on themselves. And yes, that is being humble. That's great. You got it right. They are being humble. Now, how about this little girl? She is sharing with another little boy. Do you think she's showing off or do you think she is being humble? You're right. She's being humble. Good job. Now, how about these kids? They look like they've got their focus on the Lord too. They're not distracted by themselves. They're looking to see if anyone is watching them. Yes, they are being humble. Well, Jesus tells us about two different ways that we can pray. You and I can also pray with a lot of pride. Look at me, look what I can do. And I'm glad I'm not as bad as those people. Or we can be humble and we can have our mind on the Lord. Do you know that the Bible says that God is opposed to the proud? That means He does not like people. He does not like pride. But He gives grace to the humble. He gives much grace to the humble. So if we see that we have a need and we see that we need Jesus, He will help us. And in Luke chapter 18, we're going to learn today about two men who are praying. And you can see if you can figure out if they are being prideful or humble. Listen as I read, okay? He also told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and treated others with contempt. Two men went up into the temple to pray. Okay, listen, humble or prideful? One a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, prayed like this: God, I thank you that I'm not like the others. I thank you that I am better than them. I fast twice a week. I give tithes and all that I get. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even lift his eyes to heaven. But he beat himself, saying, God, be merciful to me. I am a sinner. I tell you that this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. That means God was happy with the tax collector's prayer, who said, be merciful to me. So when you go to pray, are you going to be prideful and not realize that you need Jesus? Or are you going to be merciful and humble and say, Jesus, be merciful to me, a sinner. I need you. Remember that God is opposed to the proud and gives grace to the humble. Next time you pray, let's remember to pray humbly to make Jesus happy. Let's remember to pray humbly so that He can see our need and that we really mean with all of our heart that we need Him, that we want Him to be merciful to us because we know we are sinners. All right, remember those two words and remember to talk to your mom and dad about what you learned today. We'll see you next time.